What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? One Eyebrow back to talk about The Walking Dead and do a discussion about Season 8 and beyond, with just a general discussion about Daryl and Negan and my theory about Daryl and Negan going forward of the series. So there is a theory discussion as always. Spoiler warning of Season 8, the comics, the fate of some characters. And so spoiler warning, if you don't want to know any of this information, you're not up to date of the comics, you don't want to know, stop watching now. But here we go, guys. But first, if you can, hit that subscribe button to help achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers. We got discussions, theories, spoilers, great Walking Dead content all the time, and I don't want you to miss out, so hit that subscribe button and get notifications. So we are in all-out war, and it's going to end at the end of Season 8. Scott Gimple and the writers said that All Out War will not take any longer than Season 8, so at the very end of it, we will have a conclusion to the war. Who's going to win, right? Well, Rick, obviously, but my theory and discussion is going to be about Daryl Dixon and Negan and the future of The Walking Dead after the war, when the Whispers come around. But let's talk about Daryl first. Well, Negan as well. Who is more important to the show? Daryl Dixon or Negan? We know Rick is the most important character of the show, based on him being the main character in the storyline, and the story is about Rick mostly. So let's not talk about that. That's a whole other video. But Negan and Daryl Dixon, let's talk about the future of the show, because that's what it pertains to. Is Negan going to be around? Is Daryl going to be around? Can they both be around? Can they coexist in this world? Can Daryl live with the Saviors? I don't know about that. As we see here this season, Rick and Daryl are having a huge difference of opinion of what to do with the Saviors. Rick's trying to keep people alive and not have everyone against them. Daryl wants to kill them all. He's playing Metallica and he wants to just take them all out. But Rick and Daryl are very essential in the show, and I don't see that ever changing. Daryl is a huge part of the show. He has a big following, huge interest of the show. He's been around since the very beginning. He's not part of the comics. He's just for the show. People love Norman Reedus. People love Daryl Dixon. Some people hate him, but I love Norman Reedus and Daryl Dixon. He's a great character. I love Andrew Lincoln as well, and Rick. But Daryl is just out on the warpath, and they're setting it up in Season 7 with him and the Saviors. In Season 8, he's getting revenge. And where does it go after that at the end of the war? Where does Daryl Dixon go with Rick and the Saviors and Negan and Dwight and Simon and whoever's alive? It's just almost impossible for me to think of Daryl Dixon walking down Alexandria and seeing Dwight and to be okay with it. Same with Negan or Simon or whoever was still alive. He wants to kill everybody. Daryl is going to do something stupid in 807, which is going to mess up the whole plan, mess up all these different things, and we'll see how it carries over in the latter part of the season. But Daryl is just out there on the warpath, ruthless. He's just going rogue. He's not thinking correctly. The plan is working as Rick designed for the most part. Besides the kingdom being taken down, the Saviors are trapped in the sanctuary. And we'll see in episode 807 that Daryl's new plan is to drive the trash truck into the sanctuary, which causes problems, chaos, workers die, Saviors die, and it's just craziness. But at the end of the war, we'll see Negan and Rick come to some conclusion. Now, we're only in episode 807 this week, but I presume that the war is going to go towards Negan's side and then back to Rick's side, and then it's going to happen. But ultimately, Negan falls to Rick. And how is it going to be concluded? Like the comic, Negan is captured and taken prisoner. Is it going to be that way on the show? And we just don't know, because in the show, we're just not there yet. But Rick has said countless times, I'm going to kill you, Negan. Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. And I just don't see the way it's going with mercy and mercy this and mercy that. And, my mercy prevails over my wrath and all this mercy, mercy, mercy. Are you going to give him mercy, Rick? Is that what's going to basically happen? Is Negan going to be captured or is he going to be killed? Are they going to stick to the comics? Are they going to change it up, mix it up? And that's a huge difference, if you know what I'm talking about, because Negan is still alive today in the comics. He's got a big story arc with Alpha and the Whispers who come to town, and they're bad. They're a big bad group that is not good for Rick. You think Negan's bad, or wait till you meet these people, because they're going to be total villains. You can't really trust them at all. But Negan is going to be the outlier. What happens with that? Does he die? Does he live? And I just don't know. I personally think he's going to live, because there's a lot of story left for Negan to come, and I don't know how they'll write around it. They could, though, give a lot of Negan parts to Daryl. And that's where my theory comes in, that if they kill Negan, Daryl is the one that does a lot of the parts that Negan does, especially with Alpha and the Whispers. But if Negan does not live, how can Daryl live with Negan? In this world, in this harmonious world that everyone's supposed to be together and we're going to give mercy and we're going to do this and we're going to be that, that's not going to work. Everyone's hating on Jesus for what they're doing and what he's doing for everybody to keep everyone alive. But how can Daryl ever forgive Negan for him killing Glenn, Abraham, torturing him, beating him, just not doing nice things to that? How can Daryl be a part of that? I think Daryl leaves. I think Daryl goes away and goes out on his own, because in this harmonious world of The Walking Dead after the war, there's a time jump, a time skip. We don't know if the Saviors are going to be run by Dwight or not, and that's the other outlier. What's going to happen with Dwight? Is he going to be killed? Is he going to stay alive? Because Dwight and Daryl do not exist in the comics. There's only Dwight. Daryl is not around. Tara does not like him. Daryl doesn't trust him, but is something happening that's going to flip-flop or do something? Because eventually, Dwight and Daryl are going to work together and help the Saviors and help the survivors and help the Oceanside and help these people, and all this stuff's going to happen. It's just going to happen, come back around, where they're going to be forced to work together. So what's going to be that big moment for Daryl to come back around to the good side and stop going rogue and listen to Rick and stick to the plan and stop doing things on his own and try to calm down a little bit? Because the Saviors are being defeated right now as we speak. The survivors are winning, but Daryl's plan comes to backfire against them. So what's going to happen with Negan, Daryl, Dwight, the Whisperers, Alpha going forward? Nobody knows for sure. Well, Kirkman and Gimple and probably the writers probably know the direction they're going to go. But what do you think's going to happen? Is Negan going to be kept alive? Do you want to see him alive? Do you want to see Daryl take over a future storyline that Negan has in the comics, especially with Alpha? You know what I'm talking about, comic fans. So post your comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Anyone on Instagram or Twitter, I'm at the PT channel and the Walking Dead Mystery Boxes. The Walking Dead community, we have a Facebook page and a group. Everyone's welcome to join. We post stuff there all the time, like links and different topics of The Walking Dead. Speaking of The Walking Dead Mystery Boxes, we have an Instagram account just for that. And the mystery boxes are doing well as they are available now. We're shipping them out as we speak. $38 for one box and so on. If you get more boxes, I'll make sure that they're very different. Free shipping, and we're trying to get 6 to 7 items per box. My Fight For Us book series available now. All 4 books are available as we speak. Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Kindle versions. I just love this picture, guys. It was done by a fan, a subscriber, a friend of mine, and I just love it. It's great concept art of the 4 characters. There he is at Saint Yak on Instagram. Give him a follow. He got some great art there as well. He's a good artist. My book series going strong. All 4 books as we speak right there. Let me know your thoughts of the theory and discussion about Negan and Daryl. Thanks, guys.